aweiy3 TV. Like, comment, and share my videos. It's the latest updates and now me be bedom. You need here near my so my Ghana. Now so far MPP TikTokers for Abamonte so Abekasa Edin Sendia Betuga. For a year tetema Ghana so for binum astatia or mokeka and I joined your man Mahama Mbate and I won't Mbate na as they say the a month for analyzing was answer because so far so for phone be a taker. Na nipa wabeka sansem we a ama NPP TikTokers sorry mona so na Duncan Williams and so abamonte so abeka say John Dramani Mahama enkwatete. Now we know say Ghana ha the democracy ema 2 terms uko first uko second answer. Na say Duncan Williams abeka sansem we dia na che say what NPP TikTokers for sorry. No, mama monte so abe clear no because nanse na yeti on Duncan Williams ni iyoko for won sensem cars bi a chese ho papers and share that legalizing ni na say development to say denyo then say one sembio na TikTokers for nature say yamin chade na say 2029 MPP for to me every gaining omo power back there. And your MPP for you na betwa ba agie to say nipa ombeye iyoko boss abronye DC. Any amount for to be she remove off. Abronye DC na omo first projects nipa omo bedi kind. Are you been in your mom Duncan Williams? Sana omo abusia because me kan be che mo re me nkuti nsem a omotin tu dwani
no no so ba bia ne cars no duty a oye he bia no o the receipt beba satam na abronye small boy no na oti yoko ho e be ma abronye adre wo mo a e be ya mo nwanwa abronye de ono na be ko yoko me say 2028 abronye na be ko yoko ho yes. Na sa ayi kakaka na omode no so ane tum te se de wakum nipa be 1000 no ye de Duncan William nko a na fu no because na fu so pa enkom ye de na hye no adai Ghana Mahamadia Ghana ye Mahamadia mo twetwama wontumi abasa ne asre na asem no mo fa ehwo ne mamra de kira danse mra mo sibu nibi na we UK has ya me say nka mine no we say ne friend sempo de me boni di impo no ka ya senke de ne betum ko no nka se bedam because uni evidence na de ntina wotimi chi nipa no etreat ni bad sa eji ne niam nyina free ni nsam e freeze na accounts nyinara adai bone ben na chama wontumi aye bone ben chama wontumi na mo start se mo chi no na mo di nani no ene no Ghana nsuo no ate na Mahama de mesika me bompa ese nkansu ensu kase pa ento ono ne fie ho no mo pe na nka enyire fa ne fie ho nyinara entwe one na busua nyina anko mo se de biasete what I say eti no Mahama de mon try third time no na me se ne NDC fo no kra no mudi na chi na ase edu nkatua kra na nya de obepene ase edu nkatia no mo kra no enya de obepene oman Ghana nya Mahama de a oman Ghana no enye Mahama ne na busuafo de o enye Mahama ne na busuafo de a enti de omokeka ene sa asofo bi na waba na ono nso no why no ho otrofo asofo no a wo mu nyina agigi ska osuma ase no
na aya bede say ben na we twa ne bottom
na no asentre no momon try kura san konse tro no mo hihye no momon try ai na say endie omo pray ayi amamuo ni nyina anya omo pom ba bi ntina eno na ayi bi a metie ye ewo YouTube me bufu efu ye no omo pom ba bi ntina na say omo hihye constitution no omo hihye na say eba so dia ene mahama na no bebu wo man no NDC for dia NDC for dia
akwa sika
amamu obai
ya akwa sika
enya adwuma me so ma sika kwa emfa
aye ko se be fa ye twa no
for we na so die no on be hye no pa me se one day wo we ya wo ye na Ghana fo ani bre a me se one day omo wa so dem ho na manfo kotutu petrol gu ho atwa ho ahia atwa jatum me na me ka kire wo do omo ye no omo de omo hye Ghana fo abufuo do omo ye wo Ghana ho no atrofo asofo no omo hye Ghana fo abufuo sebe nya omo asofo na gu Ghana no enye omo nya na ye azafo de nanso azafo na dɔɔso azafo na dɔɔso enti nkwamhye na ɔmɔtwitwa mahama ho ahia ɔmo di Ghana sika no mahama no emfa nti wɔwe bɔtɔ enkyene makra na sɛ no na me papa me nua bɛma de ɔkɔ US na se ya no ɔkasama MPP ɔnkasama MPP nko akora ɔmo chi no ɔkatachie 2 o'clock or the letter free US 2 a.m. or the letter free US at the bread mahamano say mon try na ono ane ho NDC phone bi e na amana amana yi mon try mahama mon try na what try there oni na busua ni nyina o ma se be hye ti me so kakra me so me wa me kan no ini baby me wo so
yo ma be me da say ada be no because Bahama onyima on kohwe the history Kwame Nkrumah nankasa the chief of staff crowd yini man on kohwe how Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown wona no wodi nechi wo nyina wo ka ho no wo yini fi nti Bahama no o dagwa na meka de ebia na ano ebia no wenye loki ebia na Bahama no onye loki nti wo be fra na ebusuafo nyina enche Kwame ko na ebusuafo tiwo
maybe I'll share enemy style or why you or the necessary cook Ghana for you no wa he there's a so wa
no one should say obi aso ne ntuti
no fan ben am promising person jatanesi maka de bio
yo mama be me da say yakopon show was submission very great one and indeed head of bibia so bibia wa sibia so tap am him bia yakopon show bless Dora out there say me nya yakopon show pa wo oya so enze ma pomit then bro Enzema etemenka Enzema busy mumba wontra Enzema all right back at Enzema rate why busy nti Enzema okay seba na I prompt him mam call oye Prince apome yeah well ebusia ba ko yeah
no yeah na me kasi akan kura na me kan Ghana Unite
yeah pepe see uncle yeah
na sure we big platform
4 years good whatever it is he said those things worst things that he said about Kisi Ajabin worst things that he said things about Kufado he said things about Bawumia said them nobody touched him. But now all of a sudden, under the so-called new freedom, we're told that we are in the second independence. Under the so-called second independence, now that and we're told that the Akufo-Addo regime was oppressive. Under the new liberalized regime, Martin Pebo cannot sit on air and speak his freedom of mind without the state arresting him.
The state didn't.
The state did.
Kisi
Ajabin was not the state. Hold on. He's the state.
You see,
Kisi Ajabin was not acting on his behalf as a personal lawyer.
No, he is the state.
He is the state. The powers he got are from the constitution.
And he abused the power.
It doesn't matter because he's acting on his capacity as the state. No. I want to speak this. So this is what is happening. You see hypocrisy. Paul Adumoche was arrested by the same office. He went through the same, if not similar deal as you here. When it happened, you were here, you were giddy. You were happy that Paul Adumoche. I can show you. I can show you evidence. Wait. You see, I'm saying this because this is what you said. No. Please, you see, here's what I knew this would happen. I knew that when I begin to talk, I will not be allowed to flow. Let me flow. No, please, it's important. He said, no. That's the way I speak. Please, don't do this. Let me talk. Please.
You made quite some comments.
Yes, look, Joy FM report. Joy FM is reporting on the 1st of August 2025. Adumoche was misleading OSP when he said he had no property. Today, the same judge reporting OSP demanding a landed property in my name before bail looked like a joke. When Paul was arrested here, nobody in Parliament got up and said that the office was being abusive. When Paul was taken away and denied the basic rights, nobody said anything. So are we saying that some people deserve it, others don't? Where is our sense of fairness? Where is our sense as a society to say that wrong is wrong and whether we shouldn't do it? If your idea is that Kwebu is better than Paul and that when it happens to Paul, it's okay, it's justified. But when it happens to Kwebu, it's not justified. What kind of society are we raising? What are we saying this? And so my point still remains. Look, both Martin and Paul are victims of a state that is increasingly trying to criminalize speech. They are victims of the state that is increasingly trying to, and all this is happening before the new law or cyber law, whatever law is yet to come. Imagine for a minute if that law passes. There's some people saying that if you go to the farm to fight for your wood, and you will see the stones burning, you do not stand there and ask what happened to the firewood. The stones are burning. If this state is arresting Paul aweiy3, if this state is arresting Martin Kwebu, the whole Martin Kwebu, then what do you think they will do to Jebunti? What do you think will happen to Jebunti? So look, either there are two things. I'm asking that if we engage in these debates, let us try to be a little bit fair. Tyranny in every form is bad. That's why I'm saying a threat to human rights anyway in any form is a threat to human rights everywhere. If we do not call back the state, look, what the OSP is doing is not different from what Ioko has done. No. What the OSP is doing is not different from all of them. They have all done that. They have all used it. I'm asking, like you said, how do you take somebody for something and now you say landed property? I'm not a lawyer. I've never done it, but I'm asking, where is Martin Kwebu?
Mesro say open photo shoot at the birthday and now the wedding pictures and I be open quality pictures and need the whole clear contact cam hacks na me send that screen so and I say open funeral videos open wedding videos who are brochure who are Ghana so we be program na do any atoto a wonni mo bia obetwa quality videos na quality pictures dey ma wa contact na man egu screen so cam hacks.
The political situation in Pandai right now, the Electoral Commission has set up a date for the rerun of the election. What do you make of it?
Well, thank you very much. To say the least, very, very disappointed in what is going on in our country. It looks like our institutions of democracy and our tenets of democracy are being undermined. The issue of Pandai with Matthew Nyindam is not a new issue in our democratic politics. You've had issues with Dana Bodakpi, you've had issues with Techi Kwesen, in Asin, and basically you've had the House allow the court and the legal processes to take place and be exhausted before state institutions are stampeded into acting in ways that undermine democracy. Matthew Nyindam should be given his day in court. He has filed appeal processes at the High Court. He has filed for a judicial review at the Supreme Court, and none of those cases has been adjudicated. So why the rush? Why the indecent haste? I think that he's being railroaded. I think that this undermines our institutions of democracy. I think that we should take a halt to these processes and allow him to have his day in court, just as others have done in the past. The House has never really rushed in this way when it came to the other cases. What is the difference with the case of Matthew Nyindam? I think it should not be this case. I think we should uphold the tenets of democracy. Democracy is something precious that we've all had and we've all subscribed to. When you start undermining its pillars, you break it down, and the consequences for the nation are very severe. And so simply because you have power, you shouldn't feel that you can ride roughshod over your opponents and over the principles of democracy. And so I stand with the principles that are being espoused by the minority in Parliament, and they are doing a good job at it, and we want to support all the principles that they are fighting over in this particular case. Thank you very much.